Breaking news, guys. This came unexpectedly. Canelo Alvarez, his new home, his new network is DAZN. If nobody knows what DAZN is right now at the moment, it's a live streaming app, led by a British promoter, Eddie Hearn. And what Eddie Hearn has been doing these last couple months since launching Matchroom Boxing USA and DAZN, with the company, is that he was trying to recruit fighters such as the PBC fighters and also co-promote fighters to join this network. At first it seemed very hard because nobody wanted to join. Everybody was very optimistic, very skeptic about this new streaming service because there's already a lot of networks out there. There's Showtime, there's ESPN, Fox is back in the game. So you have a lot of networks in boxing, and then to have this one in the boxing network, it makes it really complicated, and it makes fighters very discouraged to know if it's gonna pay off. And then Eddie Hearn was trying to sign these big names, Gervonta Davis, the Charlo brothers, the Spencers of the world, the Thurmans, the Danny Garcias, and not to land one must be very disappointing at the time for Eddie Hearn. But now it seems like all this investments, all this $1 billion talk that he currently has with DAZN is actually going to be paying off. Because if this is true, right, and he has Canelo Alvarez, Saul Canelo Alvarez, the biggest star in boxing actively. I don't want actively because Floyd is still the biggest, boxing star in general. But, in the game just right now, actively, Canelo Alvarez, just to have Canelo Alvarez is a game changer. Game changer. You just change all epitome of boxing. You just created a new atmosphere. In other words, like signing Canelo Alvarez, man, you just made someone's nightmare. And I'm a fan of Al Heyman's PBC. I'm a fan of Top Rank's ESPN. It's good to have all these networks so all these fights can get exposure. But now with Eddie Hearn having Canelo, not only you have Canelo, with the phase of boxing, you got Anthony Joshua too, one of the biggest heavyweight boxers in the world. I don't want to say not even heavyweight, but he's one, if not the second or third biggest star in boxing. So you have number one and arguably 2 or 3 in the boxing world, man. Bro. He's just taking over, bro. So now what's gonna happen is all those guys that denied Eddie Hearn, they're gonna come and reach out to him. Hey, Eddie, about that contract, about that money. Eddie Hearn could just dictate. He could even lowball and be like, you know what? You ain't getting nothing. I got Canelo. I won't even be surprised if Triple G joins after this. Charles might join after this, man. Yo, this is crazy. I'm lost of words. Like people are now curious. Like, how has this changed in terms of traditional boxing? Canelo has traditionally been in, premium networks, Showtime. First, he was originally with HBO, but then he went to Showtime, and then he returned with HBO, and he ended his tenure with HBO with them going out of business. And this is going to be interesting with Oscar De La Hoya explaining to those old traditional boxing diehards in terms of watching Canelo's fights now, because a lot of these Latin fans or Latin fans, some of them that watches Canelo are from, follow third world countries that they have to watch them through regular TV, premium networks, and then for them to go to DAZN, it's gonna be really interesting. Even those that live in America, right? Some of them are still are uncomfortable. They're not that they're knowledgeable. They're just not they're not familiar with these streamings, all these new technology. As technology is evolving, like, it's gonna be really interesting how Oscar makes this work for these old boxing tradition, the old boxing tradition heads, right? And then you got the new generation, which I think it's easier for them because we're always in technology, we're always using apps, we're always on Instagram, we're always on Twitter, we're always we find a way. And for us to download DAZN, buy it $10 a month, it's gonna be easy. But for those old ones, it's gonna be a new transition, a new trajectory, and how they will do. And I don't know if that's gonna be one of the flaws of Canelo joining DAZN, because I know if he would have joined Showtime, I'm pretty sure most of his fans all around the world would just go to a simple bar and watch it on TV, watch it at the bar while they get in the drinks. So I'm assuming that maybe these new with DAZN, maybe people at bars and all this will start I guess purchasing DAZN now with Canelo on board. But this is just crazy, man. Eddie Hearn I know Eddie Hearn is laughing at everybody right now. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's gonna tweet anytime soon and say, I did it, I got it. He didn't land Pacquiao, but he landed Canelo, man. And I'm actually surprised with Oscar and Eddie Hearn working together. That's going to be an interesting chemistry. Two different personalities. You got Canelo, and now I'm curious to see who's going to be on the undercard of Canelo Alvarez and Eddie Hearn. It's going to be really, 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 really interesting. And then I thought Showtime was actually going to take it, but if this is true, man, I'm lost for words. As you can see, guys, I'm out of words. Like, I don't even know what to say. This is crazy. Like, just a day before the press conference for tomorrow, Rocky fielding Canelo Alvarez. And then Canelo's even saying that he might even stay at 168. You don't even plan on going back to 160, guys. Wow, that's crazy. Hey, guys, let me know what you guys think. Do you think this was the best option for Canelo? Should he go somewhere else? Like, for me, this is like a game-wrecking machine. For me, it's like an earthquake just hit, a tsunami, like okay, basically like this: earthquake, tsunami, tornado, and volcanoes erupting at the same time. Like, this is how massive this news is. Like, this is crazy. Like, madness. Jacobs, Andre, I'm assuming you guys will be getting the first dips to fight Canelo if he goes back down to 160 after December 15th. But hey, guys, let me know what you guys think. Comment below. Gustavo Neri, AB Boxing News, AB Boxer.